All right, everybody. Welcome to class this morning. My name is Teacher Chad. This hour we are going to be practicing our reading and our pronunciation while reading through a short story. The short story is called Rolling Stones. It's not actually about the Rolling Stones. That's just the name of the short story we're going to be reading through. Okay. If you have, let me go ahead and get the link for you here. Hey, Bruno, you made it in. How you doing?
Yeah, I'm fine, Dad, and you?
Great. Good to see you.
Yeah, long time.
How's work been going? I know it's been a really long time. How long has work been going for you?
Sorry, I didn't get it.
Oh, how long has work been going for you? How has work been? Your job?
Just normal, nothing unusual.
Okay. All right, just the same. All right, man.
I'm just a bit down because of working. I didn't like those things. I hadn't seen the changes, but after we talked, I went to look every change they made, and I'm really disappointed. I didn't like it.
Yeah, I know. We'll see.
We'll see
what happens.
Yeah,
exactly. Cool. And Amparo, how are you?
Hi, good morning.
Hi, how are you doing this morning?
With a little sick with allergy.
Oh no.
Yeah.
That's a bummer.
Yeah.
My sickness is still, it's like hanging out, mainly because we have a lot of rain that's coming in and things like that. It's really, I don't know. I can't seem to kick it.
I have almost two or 3 weeks with this.
Yeah, it's a bummer. Yeah, really annoying. Yeah, for me as well. Since I use my voice for work, you know.
Yeah.
But all right. Well, welcome back. Good to have you here.
Thank you.
How about Anastasia, or is this Oksana? Nope. Okay. How about Miliana? How are you?
I'm fine. I'm a little angry because I have ticket and I have problem with Google, and I must to deactivate Google and to activate again, and now I can be in class.
Oh no! So did it waste your ticket then?
Yes, all day I try and I send invite to friends, and yesterday and I can't go on class.
Oh wow! But now today you have a ticket and you're good to go, right?
Yes.
Great. Well, here in class. Nice to see you again.
You too.
How about Jose? How are you?
Hi, fine, thanks.
Great. Welcome back to class. Good to see you again. All right. How about Julissa? How are you?
Hi, Chad. I'm doing fine, thank you.
Great. Is this the same Julissa from Peru?
Yes.
Okay. You changed your picture, and so I'm like, oh, I think this is the same person.
Yeah.
Very good. Well, welcome back to class. Good to see you again.
Thank you.
All right. How about Aga?
Hello.
Hi there. How are you?
I'm pretty good, thank you. What about you?
I'm doing good. Thank you for asking. Welcome back.
Thank you.
And Anastasia?
Yeah, hi.
There you
How
are.
you doing?
Hi there. I'm doing good.
Yeah.
Welcome back to class.
Thank you. I'm happy to be here.
Great. Okay, you guys, let's go ahead and get started. There you go. 2 of you beat me. Wow. Yeah, so go ahead and open up the, what's that?
I beat Aga anyway.
Go ahead and open up the link. I'll get mine prepared as well. And we'll start off with Julissa over on the right-hand side. Let's see. Okay. So, Julissa, let me have you read from the beginning here. Read the first, let's see, 4 paragraphs, even though they're small. It's about 3 small-sized ones. Okay, go ahead and read that.
Okay. The Rolling Stones. I teach GED in a correctional facility, but it's a wonder I was not a student in some kind of prison. This is my story to verify that statement, and I am to this day still sticking to it. In 1968, in my last year of high school, I probably enjoyed Halloween a bit too much. My friends and I had planned to turn Halloween into an extended weekend. The end of October in southern Illinois can be cold, sometimes extremely cold, but the weather that year was pretty pleasant. Most of my friends and I were not the type to get into trouble. We generally work hard to stay out of it. But sometimes things just happen beyond one's control. My friends, Bill, Jackson, and Ed, decided the best way to stay out of trouble on Halloween weekend. On Halloween weekend was to spend the weekend on Ed's farm. He had horses and lots of land to ride them on. We decided to pack some camping gear with us just in case it got late. This was going to be a terrific weekend. We were all excited.
Okay, very good. Let's take a look at some words here, okay? First up is terrific. Here you had said terrific. It is terrific. Try that.
Terrific.
There you go, one more time.
Terrific.
Good. Okay, this word here, you had said pleasant. Okay, this is actually a short E sound. The word is pleasant.
Pleasant. Pleasant.
Yeah, just like that.
Pleasant.
Good, pleasant. Now, this is the name of a state in the United States. It is Illinois. Okay, that S at the end is silent. Okay, Illinois.
It disappears. Okay, Illinois.
Yep, there you go. Okay, let's take a look at probably. Where did probably go? Okay, here you had said probably using an O, pro. Okay, it's probably.
Probably.
Good. One more time. Probably.
Probably.
Great. Okay. And all right. So here on still sticking to it, you said still sticking. Okay. So let's remove the in front of both of those S's. So still sticking to it.
Still. Okay. Still sticking to it. Still
okay. It's still. It's there. It is. That's it. Okay. So let's read out just a little bit. Okay. And I am to this day still sticking to it. Okay, focus on just those S sounds.
And I am to this day still sticking to it.
Okay, focus on removing those sounds. You had it just a little bit there. To this day, still sticking to it. Okay, one more time.
And I am to this day still sticking to it.
Okay, still had it, but you had it a little bit on, or sorry, still was great. Sticking had it just a little bit. Okay, so we'll focus on those a little bit as we go on. Okay, and next time I come around to you. Okay, we'll look at those S sounds. Okay, last one is prison. Instead of prison, it's prison with a short I.
Prison.
There you go. Good.
Prison.
Good. Yes. Other than that, great R sounds. Your T sounds are good. ED endings, things like that. Yeah, no problems there at all. Okay. Very good. Thank you, Julissa.
Thank you.
Let's go to Jose.
Yes.
All right, Jose. Let me have you start where it says Thursday, and let's see here. Let me have you read down to where it says dirty deed.
Okay. Thursday, before our weekend, was to begin 8 ID, and I were going to do some last-minute preparations for the next day ride. We met at my house, and by 9:30 p.m. all was planned. Mr. Tom's malt shop was next door. He made the best milkshakes in town. Getting a shake would be a great way to end the evening, but we never made it to Tony's. Eddie just couldn't help it, unbeknownst to me. He came prepared for a little Halloween fun. Eddie produced a bar of paraffin. Was to you youngsters. That's when he told me what I really planned to do. He wanted to wash some windows and he intended me to help. I am not one who looks for trouble. You see, I was born with a giant X plastered on my back. It might as well be a target. If you I were to do something wrong, I will be the one to get caught while you go free. Unobserved with the scupper and my luck, I would get caught with wash in hand and AD will never be observed doing the dirty deed.
Okay, good. First off, this is a name. Okay, it's short for Edward. Okay, the name is Ed. Try that, please. Ed.
Ed.
Good, good. Okay.
Ed.
Now let's take a look at some ed endings here. Okay, so first off, this word is observed.
Observed.
Good. One more time. Observed.
Observed.
Good. Okay. Next word is plastered. Where did you go, plastered?
In the same paragraph.
Oh, there you are. Okay, right here. Plastered.
Plastered.
Good. Yes. So see how we do not say plastered? We go straight to the D sound. Plastered. One more time.
Plastered.
Good. Okay. Now this is probably a new word for you. The word is unbeknownst. Unbeknownst.
Unbeknownst.
Okay. This means I did not know. Okay. It's just an older form of saying that. So unbeknownst to me, it's something that I did not know.
Yes,
that's what
you.
unbeknownst to me means. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Wood. Okay. Now with the word wood. We do not pronounce the L. You had said wood. Okay, that L is silent, and the U sound is not an U, it's an So the word is wood. Try that.
Wood.
Good. One more time. Wood.
Wood. Wood.
Good. Excellent. Okay. Now this is 9:30.
9:30. 30.
Good. One more time with that TH sound. 30. 9:30.
9:30.
Good. Okay. And minute.
Minute.
Okay. So instead of saying minute, okay, using a Spanish I, we're going to use a short I sound. Minute.
Minute.
Okay. Give me an I sound.
Me.
Minute.
Minute.
Minute. Okay, getting closer.
Minute.
Nice.
Yeah.
Good.
Minute.
Good. Okay.
Yes.
Excellent. All right. So yes, keep working on your ed endings. Okay. You can go back to my recorded videos and look and see how we pronounce those ed endings. Okay. They have a lot of helpful tips and things like that there. But yes, those would be good for you to review as well as your short I sounds. Okay.
Okay.
All right, thank you. Let's go to Elizabeth. How are you?
Hello, Chuck. I'm doing great.
Great, good to have you back. Let me have you continue where it says Ed said. Okay, right here. And I'll have you read the next 3 paragraphs, please.
Okay, please. Okay. can see.
Do you see where it's at?
Yes, I am looking in the document. So, that's not
Okay.
Sorry. Okay. Let's say we aren't going to glass house windows. It's too easy to get a car. We're going to glass the windows of the cars at the third dealer. No one is ever there at night. The chances of getting caught are a lot less. It was always a persuasive guy, I concept, but by the time we were done, every single window of every single car was defaced with our mighty bars of paraffin. Now we have a story that we call possibly share with our bodies. You know, stories are important to young men. At the age, these kinds of stories are like rites of passage. We believe that we probably even outdid them, and no property was damaged in the process. We bought new racing car windows was nothing compared to what others would claim and perhaps do. Ed and I listened to many stories the next day. We decided to stay silent, each of us for a different reason.
Okay, good. Let's check some of these out here. So first off, we have listened. Okay, so listened here. We're going to use a short I sound. So instead of saying listened, it's li. Listened. Try that.
Listen.
Okay. One more time. Li. Listened.
Listen.
Okay. Let's go to damaged. Okay, these are difficult because of that G sound at the end. Okay, damaged. Try that.
Damaged.
Okay, one more time. Damaged.
Damaged.
Good. Okay. Let's practice the Y sound on young men. Okay, here you had said young men. Okay, remember we want to start off with an E sound. E, young.
Young men.
Good. Nice job. Okay, now this word here is defaced. Okay, you were right with it. It is defaced. Try that.
Defaced.
One more time. Defaced.
Defaced.
Okay, very good. Now let's take a look at your R sounds. Okay, so we were done. So here you had said we were done. Okay.
Sorry. We were done.
Good. That's it. Nice.
Sorry.
Very good. Yeah. So good. Keep focusing on your R sounds and your short I's as you're reading through. Okay. Nice job, Elizabeth. Okay. Okay. Let's go to my next reader, Bruno. All right, Bruno. Let me have you read.
Second. Okay.
Okay, so 1, 2. Let's see. Let me have you read the next 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The next 5 small paragraphs. Okay.
Okay, sure. While listening to our buddies tell their adventures, I suddenly remembered something. The car dealership we visited the night before was owned by the father of someone Ed disliked, Jason Parker. Guess who met us in the parking lot after school? You guessed it. Jason Parker. He was the school's #1 bully, and he was standing by Ed's car. My pop said he saw you waxing car windows at his lot last night. He was looking only at Ed. I was thankful just then that Jason didn't seem to be acknowledging me. He said if he ever sees you again near his cars, he and his shotgun will be waiting. Ed made some pretty people excuse. I, on the other hand, was hoping that Jason couldn't see my knees trembling. I never bought a car from Parker Ford, as long as Mr. Parker owned the dealership. All I could see, whenever I passed it, was Mr. Parker and his shotgun, In reality, I bet he probably never even owned one.
Okay, good. Let's practice this last one right here. So owned one.
Owned one.
There you go. That's it. You had said owned a one. So yes,
Yes.
owned one. Okay. And then
Okay.
let's take a look at said. So here you had said said using a long A, say. Okay. This is
Yeah.
a short E sound. Said.
Okay, said. He said.
Exactly. There you go. Good. And then let's take a look at could. Okay. So instead of couldn't, it's couldn't.
Okay, Jason couldn't.
There you go. That's it. Okay. Now, W sounds, L sounds, ED endings, all that. Everything else was really good. Okay. Excellent job. Very good. So own one is where we left off. Okay. So let's go to Biliana.
Okay.
Okay. Let me have you continue. So I'll have you read 1, 2, 3, 4. So the next five. Or let's do this next line as well. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Next 6 lines or small paragraphs. Okay.
Okay. Mr. Parker was always cordial. Jason, on the other hand, earned a bad boy rep with his special knack for oratory and his big, bulky psychic. The Halloween weekend was just getting started. I got in Ed's car after Jason finally allowed us in it. Inside the safe confines of the car, we both exhaled, and without saying a word, we left the parking lot and headed for our destination. Ed and I were going to meet up with Bill and Jackson at my house that day after school. My house always seemed to be the meeting place. I guess it had something to do with a well-stacked refrigerator. Bill had the biggest car. So the plan was for all of us to pile into his big 1966 four-door green Plymouth 43. It wasn't the super stacked car most of the shot guys were driving. But hey, it more than met our needs. When everyone arrived and had their fill of Mom's refrigerator, we loaded up Bill's car and headed for Ed's farm. Ed lived way out in the country. The farm bordered a state park.
There you go. Nice job. a lot of new words for you. Okay. All right. Let's start off with lived. Okay. So we're going to use a short I. So instead of saying lived, it is lived. Try that, please.
Lived.
Okay. One more time. Lived.
Lived.
There you go. That's it. Lived. Okay. Let's take a look here at refrigerator one more time. So refrigerator.
Refrigerator.
Okay. Refrigerator.
Refrigerator.
Okay. Let's slow it down. Oh, yes, you can. Okay. Let's slow it down just a little bit. Okay. Refrigerator. Miliana?
Someone is muting to all of us.
Oh, okay. So
refrigerator.
There you go. Blocking has now been stopped.
Refrigerator. Right. It is okay now.
Yes, refrigerator.
Refrigerator. Refrigerator. I practiced. I
Okay.
practiced that.
All right, no
again.
problem. Okay, how about the word loaded?
Loaded.
Good. One more time. Loaded.
Loaded.
Good.
Loaded.
Okay. Now, this word here, we met. It more than met our needs. Instead of meet, it's met.
Met. Okay.
Okay. Meet has 2 E's. Okay.
Yes. Okay.
All right. So let's go to exhaled. Right here. Exhaled.
Exhaled. Exhaled.
Okay. That means. Okay. To exhale is. Okay. A breath out.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Now this word here is confines with the accent at the very beginning. Confines.
Confines.
Mm-hmm.
Confines.
And yeah, very good. Let's go to earned right here. Earned.
Earned.
Good. One more time. Earned.
Earned.
And cordial.
Cordial.
Okay. Cordial means nice. Okay, so Mr. Parker was always nice. He was always very kind. Okay, cordial. Okay, now this was a mistake here. This word should be physique instead of physic. Okay, physique is spelled. It's almost the same. Okay, but it's spelled like that with a Q-U-E at the end. Physique. Okay, physique means body. Okay, so a big bulky body. All right, so it means that he was very strong. Okay.
Okay.
All right, very good. Thank you. Let's go to Anastasia.
Mm-hmm.
All right, here. Let's we were down to this one here. Okay, so State Park.
We would.
Yeah. So let me have you do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and about half of this next one here. So we would down to passing that fellow. Okay.
Till which one?
About half of this this 6.
Okay.
Okay. Go ahead.
Till fellow. Okay. We would have to drive down the country blacktop a few miles before reaching his lane. It would take us about 10 minutes to get there. We were almost at Ed's lane when we saw a car parked on the side of the road and some guy walking towards us. He was carrying what looked to be a briefcase in his hand and wearing a nice business suit. I'm sure he had some kind of mechanical problem, but we were in a hurry to start the weekend. Ed's lane was just in sight, so we decided to drive on by. Bill showed down to make the turn. I don't know where it came from, but Ed produced a pumpkin. It was Halloween, after all. Perhaps he intended to give it to his parents. His mother made awesome pumpkin pie. Anyway, he rolled the window down. The next thing I saw was the pumpkin flying out of the window. I'm sure Ed didn't think about the consequences as he chucked it out just as we were passing that fellow.
Okay, good. All right, so let's take a look at fellow. Okay, so instead of follow, it's fe with a short e, fellow.
Fellow.
Okay, fellow means a man. Okay,
a guy.
Man, guy. Yeah. Okay. Let's take a look at mother. Okay, here you're very close on your th sound. Okay, let's practice that. Mother, mother.
Mother, mother.
Good. His mother made awesome pumpkin pie. Try that.
His mother made awesome pumpkin pie.
Good, much better. Okay. This word here is Halloween. Halloween.
Halloween.
Good. One more time. Halloween.
Halloween.
Excellent. Okay. Now, when you said the word by, okay, you had said ba, okay, and sort of ended it on that ba sound. So here we actually pitch we pitch up with an e at the end. By.
By. It's like by sings. Yeah, you pronounce the same.
It's exactly the same. By.
Okay, by.
Okay, and it sort of ends with an e sound, a small e E at the end, so by. Okay,
By.
that's how we would say that. Okay. One more, minutes. Okay, so instead of minutes, it's minutes. Okay, with the short I.
Minutes.
Okay, good.
Right.
All right. Just like that. Yes, everything else sounded really good. Nice job. Very good job.
Thanks.
Okay, let's go to the pumpkin here. So let's go to Amparo. Starting at the pumpkin, I'll have you go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 down. So let me have you read the next five small paragraphs, please.
The pumpkin had that poor guy square in the chest. His arms went skyward and did his briefcase. The briefcase opened and papers flew out. The guy tumbled backwards, leaping him head over heels. Ed's eyes got as big as silver dollars. Obviously, there was no intent to hit the man. We all made Bill stop the car to see if we could help the guy. Bill stopped and backed up. You will not believe what happened next. The young man picked himself up and ran as fast as he could into the nearby woods. Jackson picked up the papers and stuffed them into the briefcase. Bill, Ed, and I went after the man. We wanted to make sure he was okay. We looked for him for the next couple of hours to no avail. The weekend activity would have to wait a little while longer. After Jackson said a short prayer for the stranger, we loaded up Bill's car again, turning around, and headed back to town to report what just happened.
All right, very good. Okay, let's take a look at we loaded. Okay, make sure to pronounce that ED there. We loaded up Bill's car again.
We loaded up Bill's car again.
Good, much better. Okay, and how about Jackson? Give me that J sound there. It sounded like you had said Jackson, so we want to say Jackson.
Jackson.
Okay, good, much better. And hit. Okay, here
hit.
You had used a short E sound, saying hit. Okay, it's hit.
Hit.
Okay, so there was no intent to hit the man. Try that.
There was no intent to hit the man.
Good, much better. All right, and backward head over heels. Yeah, everything else sounded really good. Nice job.
Okay. Yes.
Nice job. Good job with avail as well. Okay, so to no avail means we looked for a couple of hours to no avail, which means that they didn't succeed in finding him, to no avail. So I tried cutting down the tree, to no avail means I was not successful.
Okay.
Okay, that's what that means, okay? Very good. Nice job. Let's go to, let's see. Okay, so we're right here on this incident. Let's go to Aga.
Yes.
Aga, let me have you continue here at this incident. Let me have you read this paragraph, the next 4 paragraphs, please.
Okay. This incident turned out to be a fortunate thing for the town. You see, a local bank clerk had stolen some valuable papers from the town's only bank. He was on his way to pawn them off when he ran across these 4 teenagers. Teenagers are not in the habit of reading the back section of newspapers, but we all looked in the next weekend's obituaries to see if a man was killed by a flying pumpkin. You can imagine how relieved we were when the sheriff told us we were not true criminals. Although we had a part in the apprehension of the real criminal, the police chief was not recognizing us as town heroes. After all, that pumpkin did fly out of a moving vehicle in the direction of a pedestrian. It could have been really bad for us, so we were thankful for just getting off with a warning. We left the police station with a heavy heart and headed for Ed's farm. By the time we got there, it was very late. We just went to bed, but it was a restless night for all of us.
Good, very good reading here. Let's take a look at a couple words, okay? So first off, remember, police has the accent at the end. Okay, police. Try that.
Police.
There you go. Police station. Try that.
Police station.
Excellent. Okay, and notice, class, how we can combine these words, because even though it ends with a C, that makes an S sound, and station starts with an S. So we say police station. I do not produce two S sounds. Okay, and then pedestrian. The accent goes right here on this E.
Pedestrian.
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 Now, a pedestrian is a person that is walking along the road. Okay, a pedestrian. Okay, everything else sounded really good. Nice R sounds, your TR and CR sounds as well. I didn't think we had very many EDs. If we did, it sounded fine. Okay, very good reading. Nice job. Okay, so ended for the rest of us. All right, let's go back to the top. Tatiana, welcome to class. How are you?
Hi, Chad. I'm good, thanks.
All right, very good. Let me have you start reading here where it says on that Halloween night. Okay, so I'll have you read that paragraph. The next three here, and then this one here as well. So about 4 lines or so down. Okay.
Okay. On that Halloween night in 1968, our testosterone was running rampant. As a result of all that happened because of the pumpkin incident, we had convinced ourselves that the criminal knew where we were that night and he was coming after us. We survived the night so to live another adventure. By the way, the criminal was apprehended a month later by local law enforcement. The next morning, Ed's mom fixed us here to breakfast, listened to our story about the previous day's adventure, and then sent us off to saddle up. Ed led the way to his barn. We saddled the horses and off we went. Riding horses in the fall is probably the time to do it, at least for me. The cool air, the heat from the horse, it's enough to warm the body, but not enough to encourage sweating. I'm sure as a teenager I did not care much about the beauty of nature surrounding me, but I remember I just felt different, more at ease on horseback at that time of year.
Good, nice job. Okay, let's practice this word here. The word is ease, more at ease.
Ease.
Okay, one more time, ease.
Ease.
Good, okay. Now, sweating. Okay, we can actually take that T and turn it to a D, and instead of saying sweating, it is sweat with a short E sound. Sweating.
Sweating.
Good, nice job. Okay, let's go to apprehended.
Apprehended.
Good, one more time. Apprehended.
Apprehended.
Nice. Okay, this word here is rampant.
Oh, rampant.
Good. One more time. Rampant.
Rampant.
Okay. And rampant means crazily. Okay.
Oh, okay.
So that's let's say a chicken got loose in the yard, or the dog got out, and you're trying to run around and grab it. Okay, but it's running all over the place, and the dog won't let you catch it. Okay. You could say that you were running rampant, trying to catch the dog. Means you're running all over the place trying to get it, and it's really crazy. Okay, so this other word, what it's referring to is testosterone.
Testosterone. Testosterone.
Okay, now testosterone is the hormone that is in men. Okay, so testosterone. So that night they were thinking about the guy that they had hit with the pumpkin, and they thought that he was going to come after him. Right, and so their testosterone was running rampant. That means that they were thinking crazy, having crazy thoughts, didn't know what was going to happen, something like that, and we're planning some crazy things, right? So that's what that means. Their testosterone was running rampant. Okay, very good. Other than that, everything else was very good. Nice reading. Okay, let's go to Julissa.
Yes. Okay.
All right, so we went to that time of year. Okay. Let me have you continue. Now I'm going to shorten up the paragraphs just a little bit since we've only got about 20 minutes left, and I want to make sure that we get through everybody. Okay, so let me have you read these next two small paragraphs, please.
Okay. We rode all day, even tried to do a little ball roping. Those poor cows didn't have a chance. Yes, they were cows, not bulls. I felt as close to being an authentic cowboy as I was ever going to feel. The brand new boots and cowboy hat, I'm sure, did a part in enhancing my Western frame of mind. Around 5 p.m., it was getting dark and it was time to find our place to camp for the night. Ed already knew where it would be.
Good. Let's check out did. Okay. Remember, we're going to use a short I instead of did. Did their part in enhancing. Try that, please.
I'm sure did their part in enhancing.
Excellent. Very good. Let's try the same thing with it. Okay. It was getting dark and it was time to find. Try that, please.
It was getting dark and it was time to find.
Good. Much better with it and did. Okay. Good. Let's go to Jose. Jose, let me have you read the next two paragraphs, please.
Okay. Remember, I said Ed's farms bounded on a state park. Ed decided we would camp on a cliff overlooking that park. The local Boy Scout troops would be camping in the park below us next to the lake the government built there. Ed knew about the Scots campout. He didn't bother the volunteer that information until we set up our own camp. That was okay, thought. We knew some of the boys and thought that later we might try to visit with them.
Okay, good. Let's practice some V sounds, okay? So here with the word visit. So instead of saying visit, okay, visit.
Visit.
Good. All right, let's try the same thing with volunteer.
Volunteer.
Nice. Good. Much better. Okay. Let's practice this word here. The word is built.
Built.
Okay, so we're going to try the government built there. So we have a V sound, government built there. Try that.
The government built there.
All right, so instead of saying built, we're going to use a short I, bill. Okay, so
built.
The government built there. Try that.
The government built there.
Oh, sorry. With next, sorry, I had myself muted. With the word next, make sure to pronounce the T at the end of that word, okay? So we're going to try in that park below us next to the lake. Try that.
In that park below us next to the lake.
Good. Much better with that T sound, okay? Very good. Thank you, Jose.
Thanks.
Okay, let's go to Elizabeth. Elizabeth, this next paragraph as well as the next line, please.
Unbeknownst when start. Well, I think we fell
Yes, I think we fell.
I think we felt like real cowboys out there on the right, sitting around the campfire, eating the meal we just prepared. I guess we were expecting Clint Eastwood as wrote it to come most, I don't know how to say, in front his wash over the hair, head it out, move and out, wait. It's really peaceful, and we needed some peace and quiet after what he had been through the last couple of days. But of course, Ed had other ideas. This setting was perfect for him.
Okay, good. So yes, let's practice this line right here. Okay, head 'em up, move 'em out, rawhide.
Oh, okay. Okay. It's really difficult. Okay.
Okay, head 'em up is the first one. Head 'em up.
Head 'em up.
Move 'em out.
Move 'em out.
And rawhide.
Rawhide.
Good. Okay. So this is a cowboy term. Head 'em up, move 'em out, rawhide. Okay. So it's a cowboy phrase. Excuse me.
Okay.
Okay. Our next word is quiet.
Quiet. Okay.
Good. Okay. Next word here is moseying. Moseying. Good. Okay. Moseying means to walk slowly.
Okay.
Okay. Moseying. Okay. And one more word. The word is ridge. Okay. Give me a j sound at the end, like job. Okay. We're gonna say ridge.
Okay. Ridge.
Okay. Very close. So when we pronounce the G sound or the DGE, it sounds like a J. Okay. Like a J. Okay. The difference here, what you're pronouncing, you're saying sh. Okay. We need to pronounce a sound coming from your throat right here. A G sound. Okay. So let's try something first off, right? So I want you to pronounce an E sound. We're going to say E, and I want you to feel right here in your throat. E. Okay. So you feel how there's a vibration there. E. Okay. So there's a vibration. So when we pronounce a J sound, you close your mouth just a little bit more. Okay? You close your mouth and your tongue, it kind of curves down at the bottom, and we say J. J. That's it. Okay? So we say ridge.
Okay. Ridge.
Good. Okay, getting closer. Yes, getting closer. I can hear it come from this part of your throat. Okay, so one more time. Ridge.
Ridge.
Good. Okay, so that's what it should feel like. Okay, that's what it should feel like. That is a voiced sound. So, class, when we say a voiced and unvoiced sound, voiced means that we make a vibration with our vocal cords in our throat. Unvoiced, like an S. Okay, when you pronounce an S, there's no vibration. That is an unvoiced sound. Okay, when we pronounce a Z, there's a vibration in our throat. That is a voiced sound. So that's where voiced and unvoiced comes from. Okay, very good job, Elizabeth. Let's go to Bruno.
Hi there.
All right, Bruno. Let's see here. I think we went down to him. Let me have you read the next two paragraphs, please.
Okay. That first word is really hard.
Starting with unbeknownst to us.
Okay.
Unbeknownst.
Unbeknownst to us, Ed had pre-planned his Halloween adventure. He was the practical joker. We knew this, and we were always in a constant state of vigilance around him. If he was going to pull one off, There was absolutely no way to prepare. The good thing, though, was his practical jokes were always harmless. No one ever got hurt. Ed built a fire pit about 50 feet from the edge of the cliff and behind a couple of big boulders. He told us the boulders would do a great job of reflecting the heat from the fire back to us while we slept. Sure sounded logical to me.
Okay, good. Good. Let's practice some words here, okay? Taking a look at good. Okay, so instead of goo, it's gu. Good.
Okay, good.
There you go. So the good thing, though. Try that.
The good thing, though.
Okay. The good thing, though.
The good thing, though.
Good. Much better with your THs there. Okay. And vigilance. Give me a good V sound. Vigilance.
Vigilance.
Okay, one more time. Vigilance.
Vigilance.
Excellent. Very good. Thank you.
Thanks.
All right, let's go to Miliana. Let me have you read the next 2 paragraphs, please.
Okay. I know the shoots below. I know the shoots below us, could see the shadows of our campfire reflecting of those big boulders. I'm also sure that they could hear us as well. It was the perfect Halloween night movie setting. The night air was chilly and the sky was very dark, but somehow we could still see the outline of a few clouds lighted by a silver-sized moon. The wind had picked up slightly, and we could hear it rustle through the trees. The light from our fire was flickering. We could hear the muffled voices of the souls below us, echoing up the cliff.
All right, very good. Okay, so this word is echoing.
Echoing.
Good, with the accent at the very beginning. Okay, now these are scouts. That remember, that's a C there, and we will pronounce that C. Scouts.
Scouts.
Okay, very good. Let's take a look at sized, and lighted. Okay, so sized. Try that.
Sized.
Good, and lighted.
Lighted.
Good. Okay. And let's see. Let's go to very. So I want to practice. Where'd you go? Okay, so the sky was very dark. So we have a W, then a V. Okay, so you had said was very. Okay, so we want to say the sky was very dark. Give me a good V sound there.
The sky was very dark.
Nice. One more time. The sky was very dark.
The sky was very dark.
Excellent. Okay. Last word is campfire.
Campfire.
Okay, the accent goes at the beginning. Campfire.
Campfire.
Excellent. Okay, thank you. Let's go to Anastasia.
The next.
All right, let me have you read. Yes, so starting at if, let me have you read this next paragraph as well, and about half of this third one. Okay.
Okay, gotcha. If you think something dramatic is about to happen, you're correct, but it's not all what you think. The stress of the previous 2 days was all but a memory when Ed led us in on his little secret. We were going to give the scouts a night they were going to remember forever. His plan seemed harmless enough, so we went along. Ed and his father would frequently hunt together and would spend a great deal of their time where we were camping. Ed's dad have even built a small cabin there. His dad would often leave his hunting arsenal in the cabin.
All right. Okay, let's take a look at often. So instead of often, it's often.
Often.
Good. One more time. Often.
Often.
Okay. Here, frequently. So the accent at the very beginning. Frequently.
Okay. Frequently.
Good. One more time. Frequently.
Frequently.
Good. Yeah. Everything else sounded really well, or really good. Nice job.
Thanks.
Okay. Let's go to Amparo. Amparo, let me have you finish off this paragraph and read these next 3 lines and this 2-liner right here.
This is 1968, remember, so leaving things like that around was not a big deal. Ed went into the cabin and came out a couple of minutes later with his dad's 12-gauge shotgun and a shell, which he promptly loaded in the shotgun. Ed started complaining about the food. "Bill, can you do anything right?" he yelled. Bill yelled back, "You're an idiot. You don't know what you're talking about." The scouts below had to hear this. "Why don't you get on your horse and get out of here?" Ed yelled even louder. For emphasis, he threw his arm up and pointed toward the horses.
Okay, good. Okay, let's practice our short I sound on idiot. So instead of saying idiot, it's idiot.
Okay, short, idiot.
Okay, nice. Yeah, everything else sounded really good. Okay, nice pronunciations here. Excellent, thank you. Let's go to right here where it says Ed and Aga. Aga, let me have you read from Ed, so that 2-liner, this one here, and this next one ending with heard for miles.
Okay. Ed was rather animated. I doubt if the Scots down below could see this. I guess it helped him get in character. He was a good actor. Even I thought he was serious. Bill shouted right back, "I'm not leaving. You make me." The two of them were very close to the edge of the cliff. They wanted to make sure they were seen. Ed fired the shotgun, and they both fell away from the edge of the cliff and toward us. The shell exploding out of the barrel of that big shotgun lit up the night sky. The boom, I'm sure, could be heard for miles.
All right, very good. This story is making me laugh. This should be something that me and my friends would do as well. That sounds great. Now let's see. Good reading here. Your ed endings were good. R sounds were just fine. I didn't hear any words that had an off pronunciation at all. I don't think we had any new words either. So yeah, nice job. Very good job, Aga.
Thank you.
Okay. All right. Thank you, guys. We are just about out of time. I've got to get over to my next class and get it started because it takes forever to get the classes started now on Hangouts.
Thank you, Chad,
thank you guys for coming to class. We'll
Thanks,
see you.
Chad.
Take care.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye bye.
Thanks. Bye.